Welcome to the Marion City Council meeting for the month of November. We'll begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. I ask Councilwoman Fuller to please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Let the records reflect that everyone is present and accounted for this evening. We're going to begin with our approval of the minutes. This is from the October 7th and October 13th regular meetings. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilman Haynes, second from Councilman Vigliotti. Are there any corrections, adjustments, amendments, etc. to the minutes as presented this evening? All right, everyone is satisfied. All in favor of the minutes of the October 7th and October 13th regular meetings, signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? We are all in favor unanimously. Thank you very much. Moving on, we have firstly, I'm going to ask the council if there's anything on the agenda that provides a conflict of interest for anyone on the council.
No, sir.
All right, no conflicts. We are satisfied. Moving into our resolutions, ordinances, and agreements. Up for adoption this evening, we have Resolution 2020-12. This is our monthly water allocation for November of 2020. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second, please.
Second.
Very good. I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Foster, second from Councilwoman Fuller. Any questions, discussion regarding the water allocation? All right, hearing none, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. And any opposed? No, we are unanimous in favor. I'll go over to Mr. Wieprick. Do you have any updates for your city manager report, sir?
Not really an update, but I do want to spread the word that initially we had announced that trash collection would be delayed a day next week because of the Veterans Day holiday falling on trash collection day. We subsequently learned that the landfill actually will be open, though the county offices are closed, and our hauler, Ecology Services, will be collecting trash on Wednesday. So trash next week is, or actually this Wednesday, is on the usual Wednesday. So just wanted to help get the word out there.
Very good. He did post that on social media, so I encourage all of you with Facebook pages to please share that and make sure everybody knows. Anything else from you, Mr. Wieprick? No?
No, sir.
Any questions for the city manager or departmental reports as they've been presented this month? No? All are satisfied? Great to hear. We turn over to Mr. Gullo, the city attorney. Do you have anything for our legal report, sir?
Nothing further to add this month. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. We will go into some old business. This is regarding city manager annual leave payout for all of the time accrued and time that was unable to be used due to the COVID-19. I'm going to see if someone would like to make a motion and exactly what you want that motion to be. Or if you prefer, I believe you saw an email from Mr. Wieprick, if you would like him to make his request before we make a motion.
I'd say go ahead and let Mr. Wieprick make his request.
Very good. Mr. Wieprick, would you please address your request?
Sure. That basically is just, since I'm unable to use the leave time that I have accrued, I respectfully am asking to be paid out for it. At the end of the year, I'm projected to have 271.88 hours of accrued vacation or accrued annual leave, and that does come out to be a figure of $11,620.15. When we talked at the workshop, we talked about me carrying over 80 hours of annual leave, which in 2021, considering the amount of comp time that I've also accrued, it's very unlikely that I'll be able to use the vacation or the annual leave that I earn next year and any significant amount of that comp time. So I respectfully request to just be paid out for all of my annual leave this year. And as I said in my email, as we develop a policy regarding extreme situations or emergency situations, as we found ourselves in recently, that whatever that policy dictates upon approval, I'll be subject to that as well as everybody else next year.
Okay, that is the request. I believe along with that, we are looking to extend, or we could extend your comp time to 2021 that you have accrued. Is that correct, Mr. Weeprick?
Yes.
And available for your use. Okay. That is the request from the city manager. I'll leave it up to a member of council to make a motion if they see fit.
I'd like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Diane, please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Did you have another comment before I made the motion? Okay. I move that we pay Mr. Weeprick all approved annual leave through the end of this year, totaling the amount of 11,000. I forget what the other figure was.
Okay, the noted figure, we'll have that noted in the minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Did you wish to address extending comp time to next year, Mayor Pro Tem Foster?
Yeah, are we talking extending the comp time through all of next year, Jim?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, and whatever is not used, you would forfeit at the end of that year, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Yes, I'd like to include that.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Is everyone clear of the motion on the floor? Okay, I will seek a second then.
Second.
Very good. Is there any discussion from the council? Very good. The motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Foster with a second from Councilman Vigliotti. The motion being that we will pay out the city manager for accrued annual leave he was unable to use this year, totaling just over $11,000. And then at the same time, we will extend his accrued comp time to be used through the end of 2021. Anything not used by the end of 2021 will be forfeited. Any questions at this point? If we're all satisfied, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? Very good. We are unanimous in favor. Thank you very much. And I think it goes without saying, Mr. Weeprick, that we greatly appreciate the hard work and long hours you've put in this year, let alone the year prior to that as well, as you worked multiple jobs. But I know COVID was really challenging for you as well as all of our department heads. But thank you very much for hanging in there, sticking with us. We really appreciate it. And I think you've done a tremendous job for that. So this is a small reward for you for what you've done.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully next year you can get some time off. All right, moving into new business. Yes, we have our monthly financial report. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Very good. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman Hale. I have a second from Mayor Pro Tem Foster. Are there any questions on the monthly financial report as presented to you? Hearing none, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? No, we are unanimous in favor as well. Moving into our accounts payable, I will seek a motion to approve.
So moved.
Very good. And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Very good. I have a motion from Councilman Haynes, second from Councilwoman Fuller. Any questions, comments regarding the accounts payables this month? All right, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? All right, we are unanimous as well. Item of new business that did not get on the agenda but is important for this evening. As council was aware, you received an email from me on Friday. We did conduct search for planning and zoning. We conducted a couple interviews with that. And I believe we came out with a candidate that everyone, I believe, would be satisfied with. So I present to you Matthew Ferracci. He has a degree in human geography, environmental land planning. He previously worked for Front Royal, Virginia, as well as Carroll County. And based on his resume and his interview, I believe, and I think the city manager agrees with me, that he would be a great candidate for this position. And so I am officially nominating him to the council, and I will seek a motion to approve that nomination if you see fit.
I make a motion to approve.
Thank you. And do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
Very good. There is a motion from Councilman Haynes and a second from Mayor Pro Tem Foster. Are there any questions or comments regarding this nomination of Matthew Ferracci? All right. Hearing none, I'll ask all those in favor of hiring Matthew Ferracci contingent on background check. Am I still correct on that? Clara, yes. We are still contingent on his background check. That is in process now. But if that goes through, I'll ask that all in favor signify with your thumbs up. And any opposed? All right, we are unanimous. To the city clerk, you know what to do with that. Very good. I will provide you an update. At the same time, we're conducting a search for economic development. And I'd hate to tell you, but unfortunately I have to say that search failed. And by that, I mean, we received a few resumes. We went through them. We chose some for interviews, 4 candidates for interviews. 1 withdrew based on pay. 2 withdrew the week of, saying they took other jobs, and the 4th was a no-show. So unfortunately, we came out with no real candidates. The city manager and I have sat down, kind of talked a little bit about the position. We did have a phone conference with the chair of our Main Street to kind of get an idea of where she is, what she might be looking for, and I believe Jim's going to be reaching out to Mayor Pro Tem Foster, especially as economic development liaison, to discuss it. And anyone else that would like to discuss what we might want to do with the position, any changes, please give myself or Jim a call and we can discuss that. But at this point, we're looking at another search for it and see what we can find. That's a status update. I wish I had better news for you. Unfortunately, the cards didn't fall in our direction during that search. So we continue looking, but we have been in touch with the Main Street, and they understand they were kind of in a holding pattern because of COVID anyway, but we had a good positive conversation. So we'll move on and see what we can do. Any questions about that from the council? Okay. Excellent, thank you. With that, we're going to go into council member reports. I'm going to begin with, I'm going to mix it up. Mayor Pro Tem Foster, would you like to start with your report this month? I believe you're muted, ma'am.
I have nothing to report.
All right, thank you. We'll go to Councilman Fuller.
I'm going to follow her lead and say nothing this month.
All right, very good. As we talk about the planning side, I'm sorry to announce that Barry Guckus, a member of the Planning Commission, has submitted his resignation. I believe he is moving out of the city, and so he has resigned. We will be searching for a replacement. He was in the alternate seat of that board, but it is a good seat to have filled. So if you have any recommendations or suggestions, I'm looking for someone different to put on that board. So please keep that in mind and let me know. We do have other vacancies as well. We've publicized them. I know there's an opening on the ethics board. We need to start looking at the elections board for next year. I believe the design review board has an opening. And BZA, I think, has an opening as well. Larry Huddlebridle resigned from the BZA. So we do have some openings that we need to get filled. If you have suggestions, if anyone has told you they want to get involved, please send them my way. I'd be more than happy to talk to them and hopefully make some nominations in the near future. Moving on, we're going to do Councilman Haynes. Do you have anything for us this evening?
We are 3 for 3. I have nothing to report tonight. Thank you.
Very good. Councilman Hale, do you have anything for us this evening?
Sure, I do. Just a heads up, it's right around the corner. The Christmas tree lighting at Memorial Park is set to be scheduled for Saturday, December the 5th. More details will come out. That gang is working on the details, time, that type of thing. Once finalized, she will post it on the Parks and Rec advisory, Parks and Rec and City Facebook. And then finally, since we last met, the Taneytown High School Park has been graded. Everything, of course, has been removed. And sometime in December-ish, they should start installing the new equipment. And that's all.
All right. Thank you, sir. Councilman Bigliotti, I know you have something for us this evening.
Oh, I most certainly do, Mr. Mayor. I have the police departmental report for the month of October 2020. So last month, the total number of dispatched or generated calls for service numbered 391. The total number of citations issued were 123. The total number of warnings issued were 145. The total number of adult arrests were 15, and the total number of juvenile arrests was 1. In terms of good news, our 3 recruits have successfully completed field training in October and are now officially part of the department. The chief is hoping that in the very near future, we're going to be able to do the formal introductions that we've been talking about. In terms of community outreach, the department was out in full force on Halloween night for trick-or-treating, and the community enjoyed the tradition of handing out glow sticks to the kids. The department wishes to express special thanks to City Clerk Clara Kalman, her daughter Alyssa, and Councilman Vigliotti for joining in representing the city and handing out those glow sticks. And finally, of special note, the department is once again participating in No Shave November, and money is being donated by each officer to the organization Zero the End of Prostate Cancer. And Mr. Mayor, Council, that's all for me this evening.
All right. Thank you very much for that report. Couple things I'd like to report. I don't know if you saw in the local news, we had a Taneytown resident who represented the city very well, Lisa Walters. She was decorating business windows with breast cancer awareness artwork. You've seen some of her work. You may not realize it, but the dance studio on the corner, she decorates their windows all the time. It's great to see a resident of the city out there doing something very positive that really shines out there. So if you know Lisa Walters or anything, let her know your gratitude for what she's done. I know the county business community really appreciates her. Thanksgiving's coming up. You wouldn't believe it with the last couple of days of 70-some degree weather. But seeing as how it's getting dark at 5 o'clock, you know it's right around the corner. Thanksgiving is this month. Following that, of course, you have Black Friday on the 27th. More importantly, a Small Business Saturday on November 28th. Please go out, support your local businesses, small businesses, family owned. Please go out and support them that Saturday, especially, as you should be throughout the year. But that is designated each year Small Business Saturday. Hopefully everyone can take advantage and help out our small businesses, especially now where things are a little tougher on them. Last Tuesday was election day. I'm not sure how to even get into that, but we're in a rather tumultuous time. People are upset. Some people are extremely happy. Whoever you voted for, it is what it is. What I'm hoping that we can get out of this is that we come back together as a country again. It's regardless of who becomes president, regardless of any of that, we need to be united people. And that's what makes the United States such a great country. So I hope that moving forward, regardless of the outcome, I know there's going to be challenges, there's going to be recounts, all of that. Regardless, it is time to come together, make this country the best that it can be. And we can start that locally by making Taneytown the best that it can be by coming together. What happens on the national stage really doesn't need to affect our sense of community here. So that's really what I want to say about that. So people understand that we are a great community, we're a strong community, and those things cannot affect us. With that, what I'm going to seek is a motion to adjourn into closed session. Before we do so, I wish to read the closing statement. November 9th, 2020, in accordance with the Maryland Open Meetings Act, Title 10, Governmental Procedures, Subtitle 5, Meetings, subsection 3-305B. This meeting will be closed as closed only to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Listing of topics to be discussed, citing 305B7, MDE compliance issues. We are consulting with our legal counsel to obtain legal advice. When we adjourn this meeting, we will take a brief recess, and then the council will reconvene in closed session to discuss this. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn for a short recess and then return in closed session.
So moved.
And do I have a second, please?
Second.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Second.
Councilman Hale, thank you very much. It has been moved and seconded that we enter into a closed session consulting with legal counsel. After we adjourn this meeting, all in favor signify with your thumbs up. Any opposed? We are all in favor. I'm going to finish my paperwork here. All right, we are adjourned. We will reconvene in, we're going to make it 9 minutes, 8 o'clock on the dot. So go take a break, get a drink, use the restroom, and I'll see you here shortly, okay? Thank you all.